Welcome to my asshole podcast. Let's get into it. Welcome to my asshole podcast. Today is Sunday. You know what Sunday is. We got our boy, the Rig 4, aka the doctor in town. Oh, man. We got a juicy episode set up and ready for you guys. We'll have a good thread, a video to react to, as well as you guys' a scenario sent in by you guys on Patreon, Instagram, as well as TikTok. So, it's going to be a good show. Are you ready, Rig 4?
I'm ready. Buckle up, y'all.
Baby, let's get it. Let's get it. So, we have our thread for today. What is the most bizarre thing you've seen your neighbor do while they thought you weren't looking? Have you had some crazy shit that your neighbor's ever done? Well, you're just out, you know, and you're just like, what the fuck are they doing over there? Have you ever experienced anything like that?
No, honestly, I didn't see anything from my neighbors, but in my time doing door to door, I've seen some crazy shit, you know.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah, definitely a lot of naked people, a lot of drunken, disorderly conduct, a lot of drugs, you know.
These naked people, what were they doing?
I mean, it's one of those things where, you know, whenever you're out and about knocking doors, you know, not every neighborhood you're going to be knocking is going to be high income. So, you know, you'll be out there randomly and you're like knocking doors and they're like, what do you want? And you're like, Jesus Christ, you came out like with no clothes on. What do you mean? What do I want? Shit. What are you doing?
Yeah.
God damn it. Can I help you?
You're right.
What?
Dick all out and everything.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. And then obviously, so another scenario is I've had plenty of scenarios where people are not watching their kids.
Oh,
and I'm like,
okay.
They're like, oh shit, like, you know, it's bath time, you know, got the kids getting ready. You know, you knock on the door and the kid's like, oh, a visitor, dude. Like, I don't need clothes to go see. And then they fucking run to the door. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. And then, you know, oh, Billy, get away from the door. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and mark this off as not interested and get out of here. Yeah. God, yeah.
That is crazy,
Crazy shit, dude.
Oh,
for real.
My God.
For
All
real.
right. Well, you heard it from him yourself. He's experienced some crazy shit. It's not his neighbors, but, you know, people in general.
Yeah.
Just people in general. All right. Let's get on into the thread. All right. What's the most bizarre thing that you have seen your neighbors doing while you thought they weren't looking? He was clearing his roof from snow. He even wore a harness and was secured by a climbing rope. That rope was held by his wife, who was standing on top of the roof and weights like half his weight. I don't know if that was intentional, but to me, this looked like if you die, I want to die as well situation. When I talked to him about it a few days later, he basically said his wife insisted on him being secured, so he agreed this nonsense to make her calm. Lovely couple, still married, still alive.
You stupid.
Bruh.
Yeah.
What the fuck? He was like, all right, if you don't want me up there, then hold the rope.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay. And it's like this fucking, 90-pound woman thinking that she's going to hold this probably 200-pound dude from falling off of a roof.
Yeah.
Like, baby, you're going with him. Inertia is just going to be like, yeet.
Oh no, I guarantee she's gonna be like, oh no, I let go. I can't believe this. Thank God we got that life insurance. I mean,
right.
Yeah. Oh God, Jesus.
Dude, that's terrible, man. Hey,
worst idea ever.
At least they're still alive, but God, man, I feel people do dumb shit every single day, and they just don't serve enough or like feel enough consequences for the dumb shit that they do.
Yeah, honestly, we should get that engraved in a plaque, bro. There's too many people that I come across that do not understand that the consequences that they're used to are not consequences to be fine with sitting. You know what I mean? And it's like, brother, like in that scenario, say, you know, you did slip and fall. whatever the case may be. Your wife lets go, you fucking break your neck. That my fear is like, I don't care about dying. That's fine. Whatever. Eternal black. That's fine. You break your neck, you're paralyzed for the rest of your life?
Bro.
God damn it, dude.
At that point, I'd be like, all right, just kill me.
Yeah.
Kill me.
That's what I wouldn't want.
I can't have sex. I can't jerk my dick no more. Like, bro, I'm done. I'm done. Finito.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard, okay, way off topic, but if you're, if like you got paralyzed from the legs down, right?
Yeah.
But you could still get a boner. You just couldn't feel that you had a boner. You couldn't feel that you're like nutting or whatever. Would you like want to stay alive? Or would you be like, all right, fam. All right, we up out of here. Jesus, take me home.
All right, if I'm paralyzed from the waist down, there's a lot more to life than just fucking. So I'm definitely gonna want to still do stuff and experience life. I'm not gonna end it because I can't fuck. But if I was paralyzed from the shoulders down, neck down, whatever, I'm like, yeah, I can't move.
Oh, okay.
You have to turn my head for me and shit like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not doing that because then it's whatever. This is new dad and fucking that type shit.
You wouldn't feel robbed though. Like imagine it's one of those things like you can get a boner, but you can't like feel anything that it's doing. Like, dude, that would suck. Now, okay, maybe not. Maybe you wouldn't end your life over it,
right.
But I would honestly, I'd feel robbed. I'd probably be like, all right, fam. Like,
I feel like it's similar to any type of like numb situation where it's like I've had my teeth pulled and I'm not like, like I don't feel the pain, so I don't care that my teeth is getting pulled, and I know what the objective is, right? Like, so I get like where you're coming from, but it's I feel like if you're paralyzed from the waist down, your libido probably goes away. I don't know if it stays the same, but yeah,
Dang, man, that would suck. You would you would really be half a man at that point. Like, Now I don't know, but it's just like, dude, I feel like. For a man, that's what we do. You know what I mean? We fuck. That's our stamp on the world kind of thing. It's
Right.
how we build our legacy, how we continue it on, obviously with our kids and shit. So it's like if you can't do that, like that, man, you're kind of you're just rolling around. And it's like, what are you doing, man? You're a waste of space at this time.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that came to my head. I just thought about that. I'm just like, huh. All right, let's get to the next one. What's the most bizarre thing you've seen your neighbors do that they thought you weren't looking? Growing up, my neighbor did something that always made me laugh. He had an old riding lawnmower that always backfired when he turned it off. He got used to the timing of the backfire and would do a double finger gun shooting motion at the exact time of the backfire. He passed away many years ago, but he was always a very good neighbor to us, and my father always spoke well of him. My father passed away last year. The neighbor's daughter came to pay her respects, and I told her that story, and she had no idea. It was really nice to give someone a new story of their dad.
That's
Damn.
awesome. That's wholesome,
man. Definitely wholesome.
Yep.
I like when other people are able to kind of see things that you do or that you may not even think no one knows. And it's like they remember that.
Yeah.
And they're able to and they're not even your family, nothing. They're just a random stranger. And they're just like, you know what? Like, your dad used to do this thing all the time.
Yeah.
And I would like to say that there's probably people that have stories that you may not even know of your dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you heard any of those? Like,
no
one's ever told you?
No, not really. A couple, I have, because some of the people that he was in the service with, tell me. So, and then actually he was my godfather when I was younger, but he actually wrote a book inspired by the actions of my dad while he was in the Marine Corps. So,
oh shit!
Yeah, he's
for real.
Yeah, he's like a motivational speaker, stuff like that, and he was really influenced by my father. So, he ended up, through that relationship, being my godfather, and he's a pretty good dude. So definitely there are some stories out there.
Yeah, dude, that's dope. Yeah, well, hey, man, he went through the same shit. You know what I mean? Like, Like you were in the same shoes as the daughter, as like just hearing something. And that's what I hope as a man is like when I'm gone, you know, people are still going to like tell my story.
Yeah.
Like, dang, man, he did this thing and it was crazy and this and that, you know. It's kind of like a around the, like, you know, in the shows, kids will be like, sitting down and they're like telling a story or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I would want that. I would want a little fable of me just kind of out there. And as like the guy, he was like, man, my girlfriend was cheating on me. And this dude on the podcast, man, good guy, good fucking guy, man. He helped me out. I was hard-headed and I was a son of a gun, but you know, I originally I listened to him and I was just like that guy, man, that guy. I swear to God, you know, let me turn him on the hologram, you know.
Yeah. In the meta.
Right, I know, in the meta. All right, what's the most bizarre thing that you've seen your neighbors do thinking they can't see you? My friend told me this story. They had a nice neighbor fella growing up who would regularly get high on drugs and transform into an orchestra conductor on his back patio late at night. He'd get really into it, from the quiet lows to the dramatic highs amongst each pretending instrument section. Then, completely drenched in sweat, and once the song completed, he'd take a bow and retreat indoors. He said it was the funniest thing to watch.
That's awesome.
This man would
That's
be
awesome.
outside and he just like, bro, that is some crazy shit.
Yeah. You know what was probably going through his head is that old Bugs Bunny commercial. I mean, not commercial, cartoon, where Bugs is the conductor of like his own opera, and then he's doing like the same shit. Like if I had the clip, I'd be able to pull it up. But like, there's like a iconic Bugs Bunny scene where like he's known for it because like in the middle of it, there's like a guy coughing too much, and he gets sick of his shit, and he just shoots him dead in the crowd, and then he continues conducting. And I'm like, that's probably what he's going through.
Right.
That's probably what he's going through.
It could honestly. Okay, have you ever seen on TikTok the Tweaker Geographic? You've never seen Tweaker? Like, it's pretty much just like, like, you know, the format of National Geographic where they're just like, oh, and we see the animals in their natural habitat. They do that, but like with like tweaker people, and they're just walking around just doing some weird shit. And he's like, you see in Tweaker Geographic. Dude, I wish I had that loaded up right now. Cause bro, I'm telling you, that shit is funny. That shit is funny as hell. I see it all the time on TikTok, and that shit makes me laugh. And I hate that it makes me laugh though, because it's just like, man, these people need to get help, and like they're really dealing with problems. But at the same time, bro, it is funny as shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, bro, like you laugh and then you're like, I'm going to hell. Oh man. All right. What is the most bizarre thing that you have seen your neighbor do that you thought they weren't looking? Neighbor cutting his grass in the middle of a massive thunderstorm, like the biggest that we've seen, just out there pushing his lawnmower. Bruh. Why? He was just like, I got that life insurance. I'm ready to die. So fuck it. I didn't do it. That's like the epitome of just doing shit last minute. You know what I mean? Like he was just like, this is my only day off. I told myself I was going to cut the lawn. I'm fucking doing that shit, whether I thunderstorm or not. Fuck it, I'm doing it. Like, bruh.
That's a good point. You know, if he made it up in his mind where he's like, no matter what happens today, I'm cutting this grass. I get it. You know, at that point, he's like, yeah, fuck the weather, fuck everything. I'm doing it. However, brother, if you are waiting or willing to risk getting electrocuted out there just to cut some grass, you probably should reconsider some things.
New facts.
I mean? You can put it off one more day before you fucking get shot by a lightning bolt.
Because dude was just asking for it, man.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, how in the hell...
Insane.
Oh my god, that's some crazy shit. Imagine just watching that, dude. Like this dude toughing it out. Like I want to know. I would love to just ask that dude why. What was going through your head? You know?
Yeah, 100%. I think about it because I'm like, what was going through my head was like, dude, you should have recorded that just in case you got fucking hit by a lightning bolt,
facts,
dude,
man.
something like that. Like
Facts.
that'd be. I mean, it's fucked up, but that'd be an awesome viral video. You know what I mean? But then, right, this man's fucking out here just like pushing it along. I definitely probably would have asked him, like, dude, like, did you like make a bed or like someone hold a gun to your head? What's going on, dude? Like, this is one of the worst storms of our state, and you're over here pushing the lawnmower, not riding, pushing the lawnmower in this storm.
What if he was just like, he was like, it was either that or listen to my wife talk.
All right, valid. Yeah, definitely. Yep. Nope. Say no more, fam. You make perfect sense. You know what? I think you might have missed a couple spots to get back out there. You know what I mean?
Oh, is that valid?
That's valid. That's valid.
Oh, man. He didn't even hesitate. He said valid. No hesitation in this man. All right. What's the most bizarre thing that you have seen your neighbor do that they thought you weren't looking? I live in a condo complex, and for one summer, every day around 4:30 to 4:35-ish, a woman driving a small Honda Civic would honk her horn furiously for about 10 seconds or so, stop her vehicle, and then she would roll down her window and let out a primal scream before driving off at a normal pace. I always felt as though it was directed at one of my neighbors, but never knew which one. Oh, what
the fuck?
So you're telling me that you're just like, oh shit, it's 4:30. Oh, the show is getting to start, and then you just open your window, and this lady just backs her car out into the street, and then she just rolls down her window, and she's and then just drives off slowly.
You forgot the horn, bro.
Oh, that's right. That's right. She just beam, 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 and then just drives off.
No. Oh my God! Why? Why?
Because I can just picture it, man.
It's gotta be an OCD thing at that point, dude.
There's no way, man.
Oh shit! But for her, like every day at 4. He said every day at 4.
Every day at
4:30. It's clockwork. It definitely is an OCD.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude.
He's just like, oh, it's 4:30. The show is starting.
Yeah.
Like, bruh.
That means she's either protecting the earth or she's mentally insane. Someone came down to her and was like, if you don't follow these instructions to a T every day at the same time, the whole world's blowing up. So,
right?
That's why she drives off in such a normal manner. She's like, they're going to thank me one day. They will thank me one day. 100%. She's driving off all going to fucking the grocery store or whatever she's doing.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Bruh.
That's insane.
The just mental capacity of some people. It's like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
What is going on up there? Like, what is she accomplishing? I just feel like she's like, okay, if I don't honk my horn and then yell out my window, I didn't accomplish anything today. I didn't accomplish anything meaningful today. So if I honk my horn every day and I just, I accomplished something. I did it. I did it.
I'm telling you, dude, there's someone out there that's like, all right, horn right now. Yeah. All right, that's 10 seconds. She got the horn. Where's the lunatic scream? Yeah, all right, yep. The earth is safe for another day, dude. She's she's saving the world, dude. That's what it is. That's what it is in her mind.
Kudos to that woman, I guess.
Yeah, thank you. She's whoever you are.
She's the reason we're all here. All right, what's the most bizarre thing that you have seen your neighbor do that you thought they didn't see. Neighbor lady every night at 7 p.m. Goddamn, another one. Went on her front porch and yelled "Yabba Dabba Doo" at the top of her lungs. Turned out she was calling in her 3 cats, Yabba, Dabba, and Doo. Absolutely made me smile every time I saw it, but people who didn't know thought she was bonkers. I would too. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck wrong with your neighbor? Fucking Scooby-Doo over there. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's got to be someone that's on the other end like, Wilma! Or some shit, you know what I mean? Fuck, dude. Like,
I would be that neighbor.
Yeah.
I would be that fucking neighbor, bro.
Because I wouldn't know what's going on. I'm like, dude, I guess we're just doing fucking Flintstones references.
Right. I guess so, man.
Just go back and forth with it.
Yeah, that is Flintstones. I am uncultured. I said Scooby-Doo. But yeah, man, I would do that too. I would just open my window and just be like, Wilma! And, see it, and she would just be like, what the fuck?
What the fuck? That guy's crazy.
She writes into the show and she's just like, every day at 7 p.m. this guy says Wilma.
Oh
man,
that's good.
Oh
that's good.
Shit, dude. Oh. Woo, god damn, dude. Oh my god, my gut. My fucking gut, dude. Ah, shit. All right, what's the most bizarre thing that you have seen your neighbor do that you didn't think they saw? My neighbor used to practice salsa dancing with his vacuum cleaner every Thursday morning around 6 a.m. I could see him through the kitchen window doing full spins and dips with that poor Hoover. Guy had some serious moves, though. The dedication was actually pretty impressive. He never missed a Thursday session. You want to know why? It's because that dude went to the salsa classes and was just like, hey, I'm trying to get me some bitches, bro. I'm trying to get me a little Mexicano thing. And you could tell he was just like, oh yeah. I guarantee you he goes up in those classes and he's the best one there. Guarantee it, bro.
Yeah.
That man is just like, oh yeah. Yeah. I want to be the best. I want to be the fucking best. I want to be able to grab a girl and just be like, boom, 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 boom.
Treat her like a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
That's what he's gonna do, dude. He's like, yeah, dude, fucking vacuum cleaner. He's gonna be fucking hitting this fucking moves, spinning her.
Vacuum cleaner's crazy.
Yeah, that's what he's doing, dude. It's probably his ideal Latina too, is someone vacuum cleaner height.
Right. He's just like, oh my god, the things have aligned.
Yeah,
you know, you are just the same height. You're just the same weight as my vacuum. It's perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where, you know, all luck is just preparation meeting opportunity.
Yes.
That's really all it is, dude. And this guy is like, hey, I will find my woman. I guarantee it.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. Preparation meets opportunity. That's what that man is doing. Hey, kudos to him, son. Golly. All right. What is the most bizarre thing that you have seen your neighbor do, thinking that they didn't see? Older neighbor across the street when I was in university would walk to the edge of the road, lean her head over the next door neighbor's driveway, pull a hairbrush out of her fanny pack, and brush her hair into the driveway. What
the fuck?
So she would go over there, go over the fence and be like, yeah, look at you, take that. Hey,
well, no, didn't they say the edge of the street?
I thought it was the edge of the fence. No. Oh yeah, she would. Okay. All right, I'm gonna read the whole thing over again. Older neighbor across the street when I was in university would walk to the edge of the road, lean her head over the next door neighbor's driveway. Okay. Pull out a hairbrush out of her fanny pack and brush her hair into the driveway. So, okay. All right. So she would go to the neighbor's driveway. She would then just be like, let me just dig in my fanny pack. Oh, here we go. Got a brush. Let me just brush my hair into their driveway. Like, was she trying to get like the dude over there, like, whose hair is this in the driveway?
Yeah. It's got to be targeted to the neighbor though, because she could have went to the street and brushed it into the street, but no, she was like specifically this neighbor in particular.
Yeah, this person's
you need
driveway.
my hair in your driveway.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of. Just like she's like, oh, she, I don't know, daytime TV was just too boring, so she was just like, nah, I need me some real time TV. I need me some real lifetime.
Yeah.
So she was just like, yeah, the moment this bitch finds a hair, it's on. It's on. Episode 1. Episode 1 has started.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm gonna get this boy. Hey, bruh. That's all I can think of. Like, what other reason would you have to brush your hair in somebody's thing? Like,
No, yeah, I can't think of a reason. I'm not there yet.
I can't think of. That's the only thing I can think of. It's just like daytime TV just got boring. Maury got canceled. She was just like, shit. I need Maury level entertainment right now.
Yep.
Whose baby is it? I need to know if he's the father. Hey, bruh. All right. Let's get into our next one. What's the most bizarre thing that you have seen a neighbor do that they didn't know you saw? In the past 5 years, I've watched my neighbor, a guy who used to play golf with my father, descend into some sort of addiction. I haven't outright asked, but it seemed like he abuses some sort of stimulant, whether it be cocaine or amphetamines. His wife and high school aged kids are very normal, living a standard middle class life, but he has got up to some wacky shit at night out in the yard. One time he thought midnight was the perfect time to use an angle grinder to cut a metal roof sheeting for his chicken coop, and then started rebuilding the coop. I used to work very early, and it would not be uncommon to see him out there mowing or weed whacking his lawn with a headlamp on. He decided to build a picket fence between my side yard and his. He made progress about 3 pickets per day because he hand-shaped them all with an angle grinder. I will give it to him, though. That fence came out looking very nice. So this man was just like, oh, home improvement time.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Chicken coop. Then he was just like, you know what the side of my house needs? It needs a fucking picket fence. But instead of going to buy one, I'm going to make one. I'm going to fucking make a picket fence. Let's do this. Like, bro, okay. And then everybody's just like, oh, no, that's just Albert. That's just him. And Bob the Builder Albert over there,
Hey, it could be a lot worse. That motherfucker gets
True.
high and fucking starts making stuff. There's plenty of people that fucking, you know the type. You're going out to the gas station, you see them all like coked up, cracked out, and you're like, this person's gonna attack me.
Yeah.
They're going to assault me for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have no idea that it's even me,
Yeah.
So like for him to just like get coked out and do a bunch of home improvements, dude, good for him.
Yeah,
Especially
man.
in the middle of the night, like,
yeah.
He's not. It doesn't sound like he's gotten the cops called on him or anything.
No. Honestly, okay, this happened recently to me. It happened on Friday. I was coming home from work and I had to get gas. And I've been holding on to this story for the podcast. I ain't gonna lie to you, I've been holding on to this story. So I get off work on Friday, and mind you, it's early in the morning. It's probably like 4 a.m. And I go to the gas station, need some gas. And, I get out of my car, nothing crazy, beat my card, put my gas thing in there. And all of a sudden, I just hear like the sound of a person like hitting the hood of your car.
What?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I turn and it's this lady and she's just like rubbing her back on the front of my car.
Oh,
just
God.
like doing this kind of motion right here.
Oh.
And I'm like, mind you, she didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was there.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the pump, watching it go up or whatever. And then I just hear and I'm thinking maybe it's somebody else's car.
Yeah,
Or maybe somebody ran something over. And I look over and she's just like on the front of my car. I'm like, So I open the door and I'm like, "Meh," and she's like, "Oh, what? Why'd you do that?" And I'm like, "Get off my car." And she's just like, "Oh, you offend me." And I'm like, You're on my car.
Yeah.
And she's just like, "Wow, I'll have to talk to the people about this." And then she walks off. Just walks off. And she does one of those like she's got her chin up and everything. Like she did something, bro.
Yeah.
I was dumbfounded. I was like, "There's no way this girl wasn't high on some shit."
That's a GTA character if I've ever seen one.
100%.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is the type of shit that would never happen to me. You know,
Right.
and I hate that I didn't film it. I hate that I didn't film it. I don't know why I didn't think to film it, but I don't know. It was just the sheer like shock of it all, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, because if it was just like this normal occurrence, yeah, I would have filmed her.
Yeah.
You know, just like going like that on my car or whatever. But I was so shocked because she didn't say anything. She didn't make no noise, nothing. It was just like the back. Or her back on my hood, and I could just hear that, and I'm just like, it's like that crinkling, you know, metal sound, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And I turn over, and she's doing. I'm like, what the fuck? And so I honk, like I said, and she's just like, "Oh, I'm offended." I'm like, over what?
Yeah.
Like, you're damaging my property. You know? And then the worst thing about it is I can't get you to pay for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's facts.
Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? I don't know, man. I was utterly dumbfounded. I won't lie to you, bro. I was like, what the fuck just happened to me? And I was holding on to this story, bro. I was like, I can't wait to film the pod to tell this story, bro. I can't fucking wait, because that was the most bizarre thing that's ever happened to me.
At least she's gonna go tell the people, right? She could have went Black Ops Zombie and then tried to
True,
right?
Right? She could have just been like, rah, rah, rah. Like, no. But yeah, she just was. I don't know what people she was talking about, but I'm sure she's got a coalition of sticks. She's gonna, you know.
Either way, I would not go back to that gas station.
Probably not.
She gonna tell her people, and then who
I
knows?
know.
Who knows how many people gonna be rubbing their back on your car after that? Nah,
they're just gonna be in the bushes like, there he is, get him.
They start rubbing their fucking back on your car and shit. You're cooked, brother. Fuck yeah. Don't go there. Don't go back to that fucking gas station.
And it sucks because it's a Shell gas station, and it's got cheap gas, bro.
Oh god.
Bro, it's $4.19. Like, bro, you can't get that at a Shell nowhere around here.
Right.
Like, bro. And that's what I'm saying. I think that's why the gas is so cheap, because they're just like, hey, man, the discount comes with homeless people.
Yeah. You get a free car wash. It's not you're not going to be very clean after, but
bro.
you know, it's free.
I remember, like, me and a coworker, we happened to pull up at the gas station at the same time, and I was like, "Oh, what's up?" And we were chopping it up and whatnot, and we were talking while our cars were just filling up with gas. And then out of nowhere, this homeless dude with a newspaper and like a bottle of something.
No,
it was not cleaner. We know that because it smelled. I thought it was piss.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought it was piss. He thought maybe it was like alcohol or like beer or something.
Oh, okay.
Because it had like this ammonia, like you know how alcohol smells, like
right?
When you smell like isopropyl alcohol,
yeah.
It has that real sharp smell.
Yeah.
It had that mixed with like the smell of piss.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest with you, and I was like, we were being weird. I ain't gonna lie to you. We were like sniffing his fucking his windshield, because we're like, what the fuck is that?
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, bro. Because the homeboy, and I'm telling you, bro, he's stealth mission this shit. He was just doom, boom, boom, doom. Because we were just standing there, and we're just, oh yeah, chopping it up. And he's just sneaking up, and then he's just like, and we're like, yo, hey, no, bro. Oh, it was bad. It was bad. He was telling me the next day, he was like, bro, I got to work. Or he's like, I got home, And when I woke up, it looked even worse in the sun. It was just all smudged and smeared. And there was like ink marks and shit because he was using a newspaper. I'm like, oh, bruh. And mind you, he has a nice car. You know, he has an Audi truck. And, you know, fairly nice car. And I was just like, oh, bruh. Oh, he's like, yeah, man, I got to get my shit detailed because, bro, he fucked my window shield up, bro. I was like, oh, man. But, yeah, these bums they out here, man. They busting stealth missions for some reason.
Damn, he was low crawling to
He
get that
was, dude. He was just like, dun, 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 dun. Because we're like, it was an actual mission to this man. He's just like back to the car and he's just like,
all right, they don't see me.
They're still talking. I mean, if I didn't hear the loud ass spray bottle, he probably would have done the whole fucking windshield, man. Because all of a sudden, I'm just talking, I just hear, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I turn, it's just a homeless dude. And he's just trying to get as much of it as he can, as fast as he can, bro.
He had the timer on the top of his screen. He was like, fuck, the mission's about to run out, bro. I gotta get this done. Fuck.
Oh, bro, it's just like, oh, they caught me.
Yeah, he got the mission failed. Jesus,
bro, crazy work, man.
That's hilarious.
Oh, fuck, dude. All right. That's going to be the end of that thread, man. I hope you guys enjoyed that thread. You guys let me know what you thought of the thread and I guess my homeless stories. My God, as well as his stories with the naked children, I guess. You know, people just doing crazy shit in their homes, you know?
Absolutely.
That is what it is. All right. We're going to hop to announcements, then we're going to react to a video, and then we're going to get into you guys' scenarios. So, patreon.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenarios to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday show like these lovely people did for today. If you want to get access to over 100 hours of exclusive content, definitely get on the Patreon, $3 a month, baby. All right. Links are down in the description. Audio listeners, thank you guys so much for all the support. You guys have been absolutely killing it. Appreciate you guys so very much. And, yeah, just keep it up. Keep downloading the episodes every week, as well as rating us 5 stars on your preferred platform. That helps out a lot. All right. If you want to help out even more, go ahead and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as subscribing on YouTube. All of that is a big help. Our boy over here is going to have some content very soon, and when he does, we will let you guys know. We'll make an announcement, and we'll have some links down in the description for that. All right? But without further ado, yeah, let's get on into this video. I haven't seen this video in totality. I just know that it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, our boy Michael, he sent over the video, so we're going to check this shit out. All right, so I'm going to get us set up here.
My ex-boyfriend has 5 babies on the way from 5 different women who he's never met. And I know you have questions like, how the hell did that happen? I did it. I impregnated all of the women. Turkey baster method. You have more questions. Yeah, let's get into it. I had a collection of his little swimmers from when we were in a relationship. He willingly gave them to me. I may have told them that they were for my skincare, and I just happened to never use them. And since he wanted to screw me over as badly as he did, after I finished my 30 days of revenge on him in December, I decided to start off January with a bang. And now, 9 months from now, what's 9 months from now? February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November-ish, he's going to have 5 newborn babies. And the kicker is, he's not going to find out about the babies until the women all go to put him on child support. And that was my ultimate revenge plan all along. 5 babies, 5 baby mamas, child support to all of them. And don't worry, the women were willing participants also. I made a video asking, you know, who wanted a baby, because IVF is fucking expensive, right? Or like buying little swimmers if you want to do it yourself. I gave them away. Follow me for updates because
Yo, what? What the fuck did you do to this girl, bruh?
Yeah.
What did you do to this woman? Because, bro, she didn't set you out. She didn't set your ass up with 1 kid, bro. She set your ass up with 5 kids with 5 different women. Oh my God. Oh my, bro is so cooked.
I can't imagine what he would have done to deserve something like this.
That's what I'm saying.
This is some Arkham. No. This is some like galactic. This is some galactic level.
He said Gotham isn't bad enough.
No. This is definitely super villain type, like blasphemy. You know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine what he could have done to her, where for 18 years you have 5 kids, 5 different baby mamas.
And they were willing participants.
Yeah. You're cooked, brother.
I am never giving a girl my nut ever, bruh. What the fuck? She was over here like, oh, I got his nut thinking like it was for skincare. Bro, you are stupid as fuck, man.
You stupid.
Like, what the fuck, dude? Why are you giving bitches your nut, nigga? Like, they gonna do this shit with it. Bro, oh my God.
Yeah. We be trying to tell y'all. We be trying to warn y'all in these scenarios that we have, y'all. Don't stick around crazy. Don't do what they say, right?
Man.
Because who knows what the fuck he did. And this could have been a one summer evening thing where, you know, he was sipping lemonade.
Oh no.
And
She said when his summer evening's coming. Because she was like, oh, in January, right? Like, that should be the 9 months when the baby's...
No, in October or something.
Oh, in October.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's going to happen. It's going to be an October summer evening.
Yeah.
He's going to be sipping lemonade, and out of nowhere, 5 women are going to just be like, bow, 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 bow.
Yeah.
Child support. And he's just going to be like, what?
Yeah.
When? How? From where? Like, bro, his summer evening's coming, man.
Yeah, his summer evening's going to be one of the worst summer evenings, actually.
October 2026, bruh.
Yeah. Mark it in your calendars. We're going to get the update, and then we're going to see, you know, dude, what comes of dude, you know? Or what comes of her.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure this is illegal.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, where are the legal ramifications of this?
Yeah.
Like, is she not afraid of just like what would be that?
Where's Batman when you need him?
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Beat these bitches up.
This is a super villain because you know his hands are rated E for everyone, and we've all seen the memes where he's like, he fucking breaks every bone in their body. And he's like, all right, now talk. You know what I mean? Like,
Facts.
God damn, he's gonna be like, where's the turkey baster?
Where's the turkey baster? Do you have any more of the swimmers?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I gotta look that up, man. I don't know if like that is illegal. How would we look this up?
I have no idea. I'm not Googling that.
I'm Googling it. I want to fucking know. I want to fucking know if it's
What would you call this?
That's what I'm trying to say.
What's the
like,
crime?
Like what would be the crime of this? All right, hold on. I'm trying to get it to where you guys can see. Okay, you guys can see this.
I'm sure AI would be able to decipher what the fuck we're talking about.
I
We
guess
just type it out.
Yeah. So it would be what? Is it illegal? Am I spelling that right? No, I'm not. It's G. To take. Well, I mean, she didn't really take it though. The nigga gave it to her.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah.
But
I guess impregnate,
Yeah.
huh? Pregnate. What would it be? Illegal
I guess
to
other women.
other women with another man's.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Hold on. Semen. I didn't spell that right, huh? Wait, no. Is it SEMEN?
I'm not good at spelling.
I'm not either. I'm sorry, guys. They're probably like, this nigga's stupid as shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right. That looks right to me.
All right. Without their consent.
Well, they consented. He didn't consent.
Well, without his consent,
Yeah.
though. All right. So we'll say his.
Yeah.
We'll that way we get our facts right. His. Bow.
You should be able to click AI mode and it'll do all the searching and junk for you.
Okay. All right, so we're going to AI mode it, y'all. We're going to AI mode it. Okay, so legal status in medical settings, fertility fraud. In several U.S. states, it is a crime for a medical provider to... But that's a medical provider. She's just a random bitch. I guess civil remedies In many of these states, victims, including the donor, recipient, or the child, have a private right to action. So,
Just sue for damages. Okay.
yeah. So I guess he could sue for damages.
Yeah.
Okay. There's sperm jacking. There's sperm jacking, and I think that's what she did.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess the serendipitous collection of semen from a discarded condom. That's an example.
Right.
To achieve pregnancy is rarely classified as a specific criminal offense like theft. That's not theft. What? Oh my God. Oh, we are.
A matter of fraud or breach of contract rather than a crime. What?
Yeah. Yeah. So what they're telling us is bitches can steal our semen and be like, ego.
Legally, the biological father is typically held responsible for child support regardless of whether he consented to the insemination? Oh, this bitch is crazy.
Oh, no.
Go to
fucking
jail.
way. She's
Holy
not gonna
shit.
go to jail over this.
Oh, God.
And he's liable.
He has to pay.
It says child support obligations legally.
Oh, God.
The biological father is held responsible.
That just made me dizzy, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Bro.
What the fuck?
We are cooked. That means if you have sex with a girl and she decides to just take the condom and she just puts it in her pocket or whatever, she impregnates herself and I don't know what, let's say 4 other girls, you're legally liable for child support,
shit,
bruh.
Dude, that's insane.
Oh, no.
That just made me dizzy.
No.
That just made me dizzy. Oh my God. I can't believe that at all.
No, bruh. And for the audio listeners out there, please go watch the video. We have it up on screen. Like, I have it up on screen. I have it highlighted for you guys. You can read it yourself.
Oh, God.
It literally says, legally, the biological father is typically held responsible for child support regardless of whether he consented to the insemination. Courts generally prioritize the best interest of the child over the donor's lack of consent. So that means you as a man have no say, no fucking say at all, whether that baby is legally your responsibility.
There's some people out there right now at this very instant. There's some men that are like, she said it was for skincare.
Yeah.
Am I going to be in the same boat? You need to find out. You need to go find out now because as you can see, we just looked it up. Granted, AI is not always 100%.
No.
But,
and it could vary state to state and stuff like that too.
But I would definitely find out. Let this be a warning, bro.
Yeah.
Any woman that says it's for skincare, do not do it. Don't do it.
Okay. In certain states, okay, so let's see. Hold on. We'll bring it back to YouTube. All right, yeah, bring it back to the camera here. So, in California, it's a felony. And so, all right, in California, Texas, Florida, Indiana, and Colorado, we're chilling. We're good. So, as far as like us, it would be considered a felony. That's 3 to 5 years imprisonment or a fine up to $50,000, according to this, okay? You can go by it or you can't. It's up to you. And then you have in Texas, it would be considered sexual assault. That's a 2nd degree felony if a doctor uses their own specimen without disclosure. Oh, okay. I guess that would be if a doctor is like giving a girl a pap smear and he's just fucking her or whatever. I don't think that would technically be in the situation that we're talking about, maybe.
Right.
And then Florida, 3rd degree felony, up to 5 years, $5,000 fine. For unauthorized use by doctors. So I guess technically that would be because insemination is a doctor procedure.
Yeah, I mean, but that's why I'm a little confused because it's like now she's doing some shit that like usually is done by a doctor, right? Like obviously when you go to like a sperm donor, a doctor is the one handling the insemination. So
yeah, so I guess that would make sense then. It was like because it's unauthorized use.
Yeah,
but it does say unauthorized use by a doctor. So it's like, are they saying they did it without the doctor's approval, or are they saying the doctor did it without approval or consent? I don't know.
I don't know. It's a little iffy. I'm sure there's lawyers out there that fucking know this kind of stuff or
Yeah,
whatever.
man. Yeah. And if you guys have, further knowledge or whatever on this,
Right.
put it down in the comments. Let us know. Correct us, please, because we're kind of finding out this as the same way as you are. But the fact that you are still legally obligated to
For
pay
child support, yeah, that's insane.
that is insanity.
I mean,
Oh my
I
God.
somewhat get it because I mean the child is a 100% the victim here in this.
Oh,
in this
1000%.
scenario. In these scenarios,
And the woman is the perpetrator. Like,
Yeah.
let's be real. The man is definitely not the perpetrator in this. But the fact that you're going to villainize him and make him the perpetrator because of child support, that's wild. At that point, I would look at it like the child should just go straight to the dad.
yeah,
Because if a woman is crazy enough to do that, bro, you're off your rocker.
Yeah.
You should not be, like, dealing with children.
right,
Bro, you're insane. But, okay. Man.
insanity.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, let's get Batman out here, see if he can take care of her.
Facts, man. Break her at the kneecaps.
Yeah,
Hey, bro, that's insane,
find out if she's
man.
got a whole operation or something.
Bro, I mean, it seems like she does, though.
Yeah, if you go to her page, yeah. she
Yeah,
definitely-
because she's over here just like, oh, yeah, I just got these 5 women together and was just like, they were all willing to just take the semen. Like, what the fuck, bro?
And whatever happened in December, she did 30 days of some type of revenge plot that she referenced in the video. And it's like, I don't know what's going on there in those 30 days, but if she's not stopped by the end of this month, she's probably going to be on some supervillain take over the world type shit.
Yeah, bro, because think about it. The next guy that she gets with, like, she could easily do the same thing.
Yep.
And look, regardless if the video is satire or it's fake or whatever,
Right.
like, there's still dudes who are dealing with stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
there's a girl out there that's just like, yeah, I'm gonna give this nigga some fucking kids. And they're probably not, like, impregnating other women. They're probably impregnating themselves.
Yeah,
You
something
know,
like that.
like, oh, yeah. Obviously the Drake hot sauce shit, we saw that. That Drake's a real nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'd put some hot sauce on my shit too. Like, bitch, you ain't having my kids. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? That's crazy. Hey, woo.
That's insane.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
God,
Holy
you guys
shit.
let us know what you think about that video in the comments, man. Oh, Rigga, you're bringing the heat. What the fuck? All right, let's get on to our scenarios for today's episode. Our first one is, am I the asshole for hooking up with my cheating ex? Oh, bro, come on.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
What are you doing? What are you doing, nigga? All right, let's go. 5 years into the relationship, I found out my partner had been cheating. I broke up immediately and went no contact. 4 years later, they reach out. Turns out the person they cheated on me with eventually cheated on them. They wanted to apologize and talk. At first, I exploded, told them everything, how much they hurt me, and how long it took to recover, how badly the betrayed mess with me. They apologized a lot. Then things shifted. They were the only person I had ever been serious with, and honestly, I was horny. I wanted to recreate those past moments. I leaned into that, flirted, brought up old memories, let them think there might be a chance. It worked. We hooked up. Now it feels strange. Now I feel strangely detached. Part of me thinks I should disappear again. Another part of me is wondering if I should stick around for one more time before cutting them off. So am I the asshole for manipulating the situation to hook up? And would it be worse if I did it again? All right, this is clearly a dude into a
Really?
like with a girl. Clearly, like, let's be honest. If it was a girl, a lot of times they like to air that shit out and be like, yeah, he did it. They have the he's and fucking bold caps.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, obviously this dude, I guess, is trying to hide the pronouns for some stupid reason, which I think is dumb. It's like, bro, we know this is a guy to a girl. We already know, man. And if I'm being honest with you, bro, look, man, you in your villain arc right now. All right, you in your villain arc right now. She hurt you, bro. You're like mad upset. You're just like, hey, man, fuck this bitch. She don't really deserve a relationship. I just want to, get my nut off and move on, whatever. I want to say you're not the asshole, man. Every dude I think goes through their villain arc at some point where you're just kind of like, hey, man, Fuck these bitches, bro. We out here. We doing our thing. We gonna get what we want out of it. And, you know, morally, sure, you're probably wrong. You know, morally, you know what I mean? But again, like, morally, she was wrong for cheating on you. You know, if you want to play the morality game, morally, you were wrong for cheating on me. What's wrong with me just getting my little get back? I don't know. What do you think?
Honestly, I'd have to say I'm on the other side, brother, where I think it's a woman, because in my mind,
Really?
most dudes are not gonna say like the whole they them, keep it gender generic. Yeah, I mean, so I mean, I don't. I always say he, her, and then whenever I come across someone, not on purpose, not like to offend people, but like I have a habit of saying like brother, sister, man, whatever the fucking case may be. And so it just comes naturally whenever like I'm speaking.
Yeah.
And so like that's like for me, you know, I know there's like probably been some cases because I've gotten some funny looks where, you know, whoever they were is like looking at me cross because I'm like, oh yeah, like thanks brother, or thanks man. And then they're like,
brother?
and I'm like, look,
I
get
am
it.
a they, them. Thank you very much.
And I'm like, yeah, exactly. I'm like, you got pretty nails, you got makeup on, you're cool, right? But I can still tell, you know what I mean? Whatever, right?
Yeah.
That's just how I view things, right? It
Yeah,
comes out
yeah.
naturally based off of my brain.
100%.
And so that's why I'm like, for this one, I feel like that especially because women don't like things drawn back to them, right? So she's over here trying to hide the identity so that way no one's like, wait a second, she was talking about me. And then other people who probably like maybe watch the show or whatever the fucking case may be are gonna be like, you know what, dude, like I saw she posted on Reddit and this is all lining up, you know? So
Yeah.
and then plus like I think it's more like for a dude to do some shit like this, they probably wouldn't even feel like the asshole, right? For women, they have a little bit more of like all right, this might be manipulative, this might be fucked up, because she was like, yeah, like I wanted the control and like I wanted to see if I can reignite old like memories and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I feel like a dude that's doing that is just like whatever, dude. Like I don't give a fuck after that, you know?
True.
A girl that does
true.
it is like, oh, like this is exciting, new, whatever, you know, and
Yeah.
then that's why she's like, now I feel detached and I'm trying to see if I should just do it one more time and then like leave or whatever, when a dude is going to be like, oh, I'll just keep this going for as long as I can, dude.
True,
like, I'll just
true.
keep fucking this thing up,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, that's
so, I mean, for me, right, regardless, morally, like you said, right, morally, I don't feel like it's right to manipulate anyone, especially if they're like, you know, I kind of am trying to change. Well, maybe, I don't know if they're trying to change their ways, but if they're trying to change their ways and be different, right? And they're like, oh, well, you know, you were the only person that I really gave a fuck about, or now I'm giving a fuck about. I want to dedicate my time to you. And you're just like, well, you know, I was just horny. You know?
Yeah.
And then from there, it's like, all right, brother, like, you're just wasting people's time. You could be horny and do whatever, dude. They have toys, they have robots, they have fucking... they got...
silicone
fucking,
butts and
yeah,
shit.
all that shit, dude. So...
I don't... Okay, like, the only reason I think it's a dude is because of that line right there, where it was just like, oh, I was horny and I just did it.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, women usually aren't like, oh, I'm horny, I'm just gonna do it. And if they do, I would think they could just go get another guy. They don't have to go back to their ex or whatever. Now, you could make the argument of like, oh, well, they don't want to get another body, so they just go back to their ex. I know girls do that. You know what I mean? So I could see it in that realm too. Man, it could go both ways. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's hard,
Yeah, it could be a dude. It could be a girl.
Yeah.
And that's what's so hard. Like, you want us to give you advice, but we just don't know the dynamics of it.
True.
We need to know if you're a girl speaking to a guy, if you're a guy speaking to a girl, if you're a girl speaking to a girl, or a guy speaking to a guy. We get it. That even this situation could be homosexual too. You know what I mean?
100%.
It could be homosexual in nature. We just don't know.
Yeah.
So I can't really give you advice. I can give you the more pragmatic, and that's kind of what I did, where it was just like, look, I get it. Whoever you are, whether you're man or woman, you're just kind of in your villain arc right now.
Yeah.
It's a thing where you got cheated on, you feel pissed off about it. You look at it like, well, shit, they morally wronged me, so I'm just going to morally wrong them back.
Yeah.
And I feel no remorse for it. Like, why would I? They morally fucked me over, I'm going to morally fuck them over. And so that's why it's so hard to give advice on it. I would just have to give that kind of blanket advice. I couldn't really give you anything specifically tied to you or like anything in depth, just because I don't know the dynamics of the relationship. Now, if I knew that you were a guy or you were a girl and this was to a guy or to a girl, then I'd understand. I'd be like, okay, cool. I understand like the dynamics between this and how you guys would be able to interact with each other, how you'd be able to move forward, how you'd be able to have a conversation, stuff like that. But I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to go villain arc on it.
And for me, right, it's just one of those things where, like, if it's just the simple question of am I the asshole? Yeah, of course. You know, like any scenario where you feel like revenge is necessary, you're gonna be an asshole technically. So like, you know, it's just whether or not you want to be living with that, and if that really. Like, the first thing that comes to my mind is, like, is this going to help, like, your money situation, your living situation? You know what I mean? Like, are you going to get more success from this? Probably fucking not.
Nah.
You're probably going to generate a little bit of negative karma, and then that's, you know, fucking so-and-so will remember that. And then this will have effects and shit like that, you know? That's a reference to Fallout and The Walking Dead and shit like that, you know? But either way, right, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, that could feel fantastic for you in your mind where you're getting that revenge, but at the same time, brother, sister, whoever, right? See, I did it again, but brother, sister, whoever, right? Yeah.
It's all good. You prefaced it.
Like,
this is not to be offensive. It's just my normal nature. Because you got to understand, we grew up before all the they, them, and, you know, the transgenderism stuff. We grew up before all of that. So a lot of that is still like an adjustment to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're still like, guys were guys and girls were girls. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, people were gay and stuff like that. Sure. And it's like, cool, we respect it, is what it is. But the whole they, them, transgender thing, you got to understand, we're not malicious with it. It's just, it comes out naturally like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, but yeah, either way, right? I would just say, stick to things that are putting positivity in the world, not necessarily putting negativity or like making you feel the best about like getting your get back or whatever. I mean, you know, as long as you're not like actually trying to like emotionally scar them, you know, like you were scarred, then I would say it's not really that big a deal, you know. Just cut it off, or like at least be open and honest where it's like, hey, look, I had these thoughts before. If you want to just like fuck every now and then or however often, like we can do that. But
true, because you could have the best of both worlds. That's facts. Yeah. Like you could just be open and honest, and they might be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm down with that. Yeah. We could be a little friends with benefits type deal until somebody dates somebody else or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel that definitely. But yeah, you let us know what you think about it in the comments, and you know, give your advice. Maybe you guys have better advice than we have. We don't know. All right, on to our next one. Am I the asshole for talking to my ex-girlfriend? All right, man, I don't know. Let's see. I, 32 male, am currently in a relationship with my girlfriend, 31 female. Things have been well with us since we started dating approximately 9 months ago. It is the best and healthiest relationship I ever had. Several days ago, I was walking back to my girlfriend's place from the train station en route. I noticed a woman walking in the opposite direction down the sidewalk. It took me a moment, but I was fairly certain that woman was my ex-girlfriend from college. My college ex and I had been friends for a while before we began a relatively brief and ill-fated relationship. The relationship ended without amicability. She broke up with me. I hadn't spoken to her since she broke up with me approximately 13 years ago. God damn, son. I called out to her and she came close to me, but the woman I believed was my ex kept walking by. She was wearing headphones while I wasn't totally certain she was my ex. I wanted to be sure. After she passed by, I turned around and grabbed her by the shoulder. She turned around and it was in fact my ex. She was surprised to see me. We spoke for a minute or so on the sidewalk. It was fairly bland stuff. Asking after her work and seeing how she was. My ex was polite and asked a few questions as well. I floated the idea of catching up over lunch and took out my phone to trade contact info. But she said she didn't want to reconnect, respected her decision, wished her well, and then went to my girlfriend's place. At my girlfriend's, I relayed to her what happened, and she expressed discomfort with me. That's where you fucked up. I ain't gonna cap. Attempting to reconnect with my ex, I viewed it as simple politeness and acknowledged that we had shared past. Yeah, we had shared a past. Later, another friend of mine said that I had majorly fucked up by speaking to my ex at all. So am I the asshole for attempting to reconnect with my ex? Woo!
Stupid.
Tell him what you thinking.
Yeah, let me go ahead.
You stupid.
All right, yeah. So, I mean, it's just it to me. It was like, you said it out loud where it was like, well, I was trying to reconnect out of politeness, but it's like politeness for what? What does that mean? Like, how is that polite to reconnect with your ex? You know? And then even her, she was like, "No, dude. Like, why the fuck would I want to reconnect?" So it's like, what were you going to accomplish? You know what I mean? And this is something that stuck with me for years now at this point, where someone said that if you end up leaving or breaking up with someone or like divorcing from your wife, whatever, and you guys remain friends, either, you know, take this for what it's worth, but you're either still in love with each other or you guys never loved each other. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if it was truly over, they would just be they don't need to be in your life anymore. You know what I mean? You can't you can't go from friends to lovers back to friends. You know what I mean? Because there's too much history there. There's too much that's gonna like come back up. There's your subconscious has it in your mind, which is probably why you saw her and got so excited. Your subconscious has it in your mind like, oh, this is safety. This is like a person that I know and I feel safe with, you know what I mean? Before the whole like debacle of you being broken up and shit. So that's why you were like, I have to find out if this is my ex. When it's like, brother, you passed how many people on that street? You weren't pulling them aside, you know? You probably see beautiful women too. Like, you're not pulling them aside like, oh yeah, like let me be kind and connect with this random stranger.
Yeah, let me be polite and get this random girl's Instagram.
Yeah, like you're definitely like, and I get it. You may not understand your own ideas behind it yet because, you know, some people are blind to their own actions, which it happens. However, you got to take it from people that like know a little bit more. Is like, brother, you're over here trying to reconnect, catch up, and then like what? You're not getting closure, right? Like, what do you don't need another girlfriend, you know what I mean? Like a female friend. Like, so what are you trying to accomplish? You're like, oh well, it's not that. It's just innocent. Innocent what, dude? You have guy friends. Like, what do they have that, or what does she have that they're not fulfilling for you?
And if anything, your guy friends are going to give you more in utility than she would in any capacity. If I'm being honest with you. Why? Because they understand your plight. They understand, you know, the man's journey. They you know, they be able to give you advice. Like, she's not gonna be able to fucking give you advice. She's gonna sit there and just be like, oh man, no, dang, that sucks. Yeah, that's tough for you. You know, like I always say it. You know, women have sympathy, but they don't have empathy. Yeah. You know, because they can't empathize with anything. Yeah. Their life is just far too different than ours to even like fathom the shit that we go through as men. Correct. So they just don't have empathy towards it. It's like, so if I have a problem, I'm gonna go to him. Yeah. I'm not gonna go to a girl. I'm not even gonna go to my girlfriend. Right. I would go to him. I would go to my guy friends. I would be like, hey, because they would be able to give me advice that would actually help. If I go to my girl, she's gonna be like, oh, it's okay. Oh, it's fine. Yeah. Oh, you'll get past it. And that's not helping me. Yeah. That's not solutions. Yeah. That's not fixing it. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah, honestly, brother, you fucked up. At least you were honest about it, you know. Your girl's probably not gonna fucking like you. But,
bro.
I mean, I wouldn't say you fucked up because you should be honest. You know what I mean? So, like, obviously, you're like, oh, like, now I probably shouldn't have told her. No, like, don't think of it that way. That's just hiding and lying, right? What you should do is sit down and think about your feelings for your ex and see exactly what it is you're trying to accomplish. And if you are trying to get back with her, then break up with your fucking one. You need to do some self-digging and become a better man than just like, oh, anytime I see like my ex or whatever, I'm going to try to go back with them. But two, you got to tell your girl like, hey, look, I'm having mixed feelings. If you don't want to be around while I fucking figure them out, that's totally understandable. But if you do, like, I'll be here. We can talk about things. Yeah. I'm just going through some shit and I need to get shit sorted out, you know?
Yeah, and as great as that advice is, on how top-notch shelf that advice is. A lot of guys aren't going to do that.
No.
A lot of guys are going to stay with their girl. They're going to just be like, nah, fuck it, man.
Yeah.
And look, I love giving that kind of advice. I really do, because there are guys that will get it.
Yeah.
You know, but the guys who don't get it, I try to give them advice that is just honestly more of in line of what they're going to do.
Right.
And that's why I was telling him, I'm just like, bro, that was dumb that you told her. That it was dumb that you told her that you saw your ex at all. Like you should have just let that interaction be what it was and moved on. Erased it from your memory. Your girl doesn't need to know about that stuff. You know, like, why even bring it up? Look, like Michael said, it's great to be honest.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's an amazing trait to have. But sometimes, bro, things just aren't worth sharing.
Right.
And it's never shared, it's never addressed. If it's never addressed, it's never a thing. Like, that should have just been an interaction where you just had. You could have told your homies.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I would have done. Like I said, I wouldn't have told my girl, but I would have told him. He's my best friend.
Yeah.
And I would have just been like, hey, dude, at the train station, man, I was walking to my girl's house, blah, blah, blah. Saw my ex. We were chopping it up, talking, you know, and I got her Instagram. And he'd probably just like, bro, that was fucking stupid that you tried to get her Instagram. What the
Yeah.
fuck were you doing, you know? And then it further like, oh, shit. Like, yeah, man, that was dumb, you know?
Yeah.
Like, shit, you know what I mean? And in that moment, you know, you're just like, and he probably would have gave the advice of like, hey, man, don't tell your girl, just don't do that shit, man. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Don't do that shit going forward, blah, blah, blah. And so that's kind of what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And so it's like, in those moments, man, sometimes it's best to just say nothing. It's best to just kind of let that interaction be what it was, and you just move on. You just move on. What she doesn't know won't hurt her. You know, again, you can be truthful and honest and stuff like that, and that's great. But you are gonna lose the girl at the end of the day. Let's be real, because if I'm being honest with you, you showed intent to cheat.
Yeah.
Like that's what that tells her.
Yeah.
It shows intent to cheat. She looks at it like, wow, what if she would have gave you her Instagram?
Yeah.
What if you guys would have reconnected? Would you have cheated on me? Would you
Yeah.
have left me? Would you have kissed her?
Yeah.
You know, if she was like down to go on a date with you right then and there, would you have, you see what I mean? Now you're
Yeah.
putting all this shit in her head when you didn't need to do all that.
Yeah.
You could have let the interaction just be what it was. Move on, talk to your boys about it, and let that be that, bro.
Yeah.
So, you know, again,
Because definitely that, you know, that's a great point where it's like, say it had gone that way where it's like, you know, you're like, yeah, can I get your Instagram? And she was like, actually, like, I'm about to go up to my place. Let's have a couple drinks or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, what
Let's have
you'd
some
been
hot
like,
coffee.
you know, out of politeness, I would have went up there, and then, you know, then you're stupid. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You're even
Out
more
of
stupid.
politeness, I put my dick in her.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Even more stupidity coming from you. And this is what she's imagining, where it's like, the only reason he didn't do any of this is because she shot it down.
Exactly.
So,
The head on the fucking nail, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Man, because that and that's why I was saying, like, that's exactly what his girlfriend's going to think.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what if she would have said yes? Then you would have been talking to her, and
Yeah.
you'd have been hiding your phone, and you know. So yeah, bro. That's
but
what
that's not on her. That's on you.
That's
because
on you. No.
Yeah.
She has no fault in this, bro.
Yeah.
It was all you.
Yeah.
All right.
You
You fucked up, my guy. You fucked up, Fredo.
Yeah.
All right, man. Like, you gonna be sleeping with the fishes with her, bro.
Yeah,
Hey,
100%, brother.
she's gonna take you out. You know, into the middle of the water, and just sorry, Fredo, sleeping with the fishes. Cause, bro, honestly, yeah, man, she hasn't broken up with you already. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. It's more than likely coming. So.
Yeah, your summer evening is on its way.
Yep.
It's express FedEx.
Yeah. Just be on the lookout for your glass of lemonade.
He's like listening to the podcast right now, and she has lemonade in her hand.
Yeah.
She's like, that means
That's good. Yeah.
All right, let's get on to our next one, guys. You let us know what you think about that one in the comments, all right? Need advice. Struggling to move on. All right. This one's a good one directed towards you, Rig 4. I, 28 female, am not the person who cheated, but the man, 32 male, I fell in love with was the cheater. Okay.
Yep.
We met on an abroad work trip, has insane chemistry, clicked instantly, and pursued a relationship upon returning to the States for a few months. I knew he was recently divorced and had kids, but of course, said every lie under the sun, and turns out he wasn't ever really divorced. Ooh. Damn. I didn't know he was still married until the affair came to light, and I got a discard. I think she means Discord text.
Yeah, it sounds like Discord.
No apology, just that he was lying, never separated, and sorry for catching you up in my lies. He didn't believe he sent me this. I think the wife did. I never replied. I was devastated. I was severely falling for this man, and after being single for the first time in 4 years post narc, all right, it felt amazing to have a connection with someone again. The thing I'm struggling with is I cannot seem to move on. I never replied to the discard slash I think she means like discard, like the final message kind of thing. I think that's what she means. But the final message to preserve my dignity. But God, it is fucking killing me. I have found out so much more info by seeing clear patterns and information online. So I know in my soul this dude is a piece of shite. I can't get myself to be angry and lash out at him. Quite honestly, I'm scared to even reach out to him. I don't want to hurt his wife and his family more than I already have. I'm starting to obsess an unhealthy amount about imagining their life being perfect, happy, renewed, and me just being a ghost who feels like I never got the closure I deserved. The relationship was intense. I guess my question is it better to just stay silent, move on, and never speak again? I know in most comments will say this, but also, what about my dignity? What about my feelings? It was very real to me. I just don't know how to move on. It's agonizing and draining me. I've tried blocking, doesn't help. I tried engaging in playlists we share, doesn't help. That's stupid. I think about wanting to let him know how I feel, but I'm not sure what I feel. I just want to feel relief from this. I feel silenced, abandoned, erased, and I just am unsure how to deal with this moving forward. Other than just doing nothing, it feels unfair. He hurt many people. Oh, shit.
Jesus, yeah. That's a rough one. And so, I mean, I'll be honest, right? This is why they say forgiveness isn't for the other person, it's for yourself, you know? Mm-hmm. You're going through a lot of pain. Your emotions are absolutely valid. That's the one thing that like rings through true to me through a lot of like my time in like the mental health space, you know, therapy myself, just talking to different people, looking at different perspectives. And I mean, it's just one of those things where honestly, it's not going to be easy, right? Especially because once you get so used to a particular thing and the story that you're telling yourself is like, this was going to work out, you know what I mean? When in reality, it was doomed from the start because of how he went about it, you know? And it's not your fault. The thing is, you have to be more consciously aware that you're not your emotions, you're not your feelings. Those are just things that are passing through you like a vessel of like water or whatever the case you want to call it, you know? For yourself, like what I'm getting at is, it might feel like you need some closure. It may feel like you need some explanation, some get back, but all those things are not going to help you feel better, because at the end of the day, what really matters is like how you treat yourself after this. You know what I mean? Because right now you're feeling as if these outside influences are making you X, Y, and Z, erased, forgotten, whatever the case may be. But that's not the case, right? You're still just as important as anyone else in this life. And what you really need to do is just start treating yourself better, right? Because, right, they that man, you know, he did X, Y, and Z to make you feel great, right? And it made you think to yourself, like, this is safety, this is love. But at the same time, he can't do anything for you that you can't do for yourself. You know what I mean? Now, there's, you know, with stipulations, there are things that men can provide. But what I'm getting at is you got to just, like, buckle down, focus on getting your life into a better spot. You know what I mean? You are kind of circling your life around him right now and, like, trying to, like, oh, well, you know, things were going great and, like, you know, I feel like thrown aside, forgotten, whatever the case may be. But that doesn't make it true because you feel it. You know what I mean? These are definitions that you're telling yourself where it's like, you know, glass half full, half empty kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Where, like, I've always been the one where it's like it depends on which way the cup's going. If you're drinking it, it's a glass half empty. If you're filling it up, the glass is half full. You know what I mean? So, like, it just depends on exactly how you perceive the situation. You know what I mean? And then that's not to say that you can't do either one with the glass. You know what I mean? You can't drink from it or you can't fill it up. So it's up to you if you want to look at it one way or the other and then what actions you want to take. You know what I mean? So that's my advice for you is, like, you're 28. You're still young. There's plenty of other dudes out there that are going to be honest, open, whatever the case may be. And now, like I always say, you have more knowledge on what to look out for when you find another dude. And if he's exhibiting the same behaviors, you're like, all right, well, maybe I need to do a little bit more explanation or deep diving into what's going on with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think this was just character development.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to understand there's going to be a lot of people that come into your life and they're just not meant to stay in it.
Yeah.
And they're meant to just be there to teach you certain things, and then, you know, you learn these lessons and you move on. Like, I've been in that same situation many a time with girls. You know, I'm dating a girl thinking I'm liking her and everything's good and everything's smooth, and then, you know, some fuck shit happens and I'm like, wow, okay, well, shit, you know, she's just not the one. And I used to be like that type of person that I would hold on to that love and I would just, like, vice grip it in my hand. I don't want to let it go. And a lot of times you just got to learn how to let go. You got to learn how to just kind of cut and move. You know what I mean? Because like I said, a lot of people just aren't going to stay in your life. Like, in high school, you know what I mean? You have a lot of friends. You have a lot of people you talk to and hang out with and all that kind of stuff. And then you get older and you just got one friend.
Right.
You got two friends. You know what I mean? You only got really, like, a handful of little people that you fuck with. And that's what I feel even dating is. Dating is a thing where it's like there's going to be a lot of people that you're going to talk to but not really be interested in. There's going to be those little tiny few that are going to be the ones that you're like, all right, yeah, I like these a lot. But again, a lot of them are just going to be there for that character development. A lot of them are going to be there just for that, like, moment, and then, you know, they're gone. They're gone as fast as they came. And you have to just kind of be okay with that. Instead of asking yourself questions, oh, why? And, oh, what is going on? And why did they do this? Why did they think that? Why did this happen to me? Like, don't ask yourself those questions, because all you're doing is digging yourself a hole. Yeah. You let it be what it is. You're just like, you know what? You know, he cheated. He's a piece of shit. I don't know why he did what he did, but he did it. Yeah. It is what it is. I'm just going to focus on the things that are important to me, focus on the people that are important to me, and let bygones be bygones, because you keep asking yourself these questions and all you're doing is just pulling yourself back into that hole. You climb your way out of that hole and you're like, I'm free, just to jump right back in. Yeah. And then you're wondering why you're not making any progress. You're not going anywhere. You're just like, I'm so obsessed, and all I can think about is their family and this and that, because you keep jumping back in. Climb out of the hole and let it be what it's going to be. You don't need the answers. You don't need, and that was a big thing for me, is I used to be that type of guy where I was just like, why didn't she like me? What did I do wrong? What could I have done better to get her to like me, and this and that? Yeah. And a lot of times it's just a simple fact of they didn't like me at all.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
That's all it was. They just didn't like me at all. And I think that was the same thing with you. It was a thing where he looked at it like, damn, this girl kind of easy. Like, what's up? I'm going to get, like you said in the previous situation where it was like a guy is not going to just stop it. He's going to take it as far as he can until it's over.
Yeah.
And so that's just what he was doing. He was just, and you can feel, used and disgusted and horrible and all that kind of stuff. But that's his problem. That's his problem. You let him deal with that and you let him, be the piece of shit that he is. You work on you, you control what you can control, if I'm being honest with you, as far as like, I know that I'm a good person. I know I did the right things. I know that I'm moving in the right way. If other people want to move in snaky fashion and be shitty and stuff like that, let them. It what it is, baby. Is what it is. Because that's one thing in life that I've gotten to learn is that I don't ask myself why people do the things that they do. I just let them do it. I just let them. I'm like, cool, bro. Hey, do your thing, pimp. Because I know for me, I'm doing the right thing. I know for me, I'm doing what's right. And I'm doing I'm controlling what I can control. I can't control that person and what they want to do and how they think. I'm going to let them do what they're going to do. I'm going to let it be. And that's how you got to kind of just come with people. You just let them be. Let them be who they're going to be. Let them show you who they actually are. And when they do, you either accept that or you don't. And that's in your control, which is great. And so you have to kind of just get to a point where when it comes to other people's actions, you just control what you can control and you let people do what they're going to do. You know what I mean? And as long as you know you're doing the right thing and you're doing what you got to do, it don't matter. It doesn't matter what they do. You know what I mean? And so in this situation, it's like, if he wants to be a piece of shit and cheating on his wife and all that kind of stuff, cool. You let that stay over there. You let that stay over there and you control what you can control. Hey, you know what I mean? And then that's really the only advice I can give you, because I get it. You're a woman. You're going to have your emotions at 1,000. You know what I mean? Us guys, we kind of look at it more pragmatically, where we're just like, yeah. Bitch didn't like me, what it is. Yeah. So you guys let us know what you think about that one in the comments, though. All right. Give her some advice. Okay. On to our next one. Should I feel guilty for leaving my boyfriend for another man?
Yes.
Ooh.
She belongs to the streets.
Depending. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Let's get the, we jumped the gun. Sorry. Okay. So, I took advice and tried to shorten this as much as I possibly can. I was in a relationship from 16 to 19. We got together in October 2022 and broke up in November of 2025. From the very beginning, our relationship was unhealthy. We argued every day. We both came from extremely toxic families and carried that trauma into our relationship. So me, 19, my ex is 21, and my new man is 23. He was deeply insecure to the point where I couldn't wear certain clothes or makeup because he believed I was trying to attract other men. His mother was also a major issue. On my first trip to see him, she called me horrible names and was extremely disrespectful. Throughout our relationship, she spoke badly about me and my mother, which caused a huge rift. It took him almost 2 years to come see me in California. And even then, the fighting never stopped. I thought it was love, so I stayed and let him control and define me until I was completely broken. A month before we broke up, he came to me for our 3-year anniversary. I tried to talk to him about how his mother overstepped in our relationship. But he refused to set boundaries. I knew it then it wouldn't last. During our final argument, he threw my miscarriage from August in my face, which shattered me. A few weeks before the breakup, I had a strictly platonic friend on PlayStation and was honest about it. But he accused me of cheating anyway. I was never allowed to have male friends. I feel completely isolated. After I ended things, he said truly cruel things to me. About 2 months later, I started dating the friend from PlayStation.
Okay.
And
All right.
he treats me with kindness, respect, and care in ways I never experienced before. I'm struggling with the guilt of wondering if I moved on too fast or if I'm wrong for finally being happy. Woo! Oh, man. All right.
I'm not gonna say it's you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's you.
I'm not gonna say that it's you, but at the same time, I ain't gonna say it's all him.
Right.
All right, because the whole like dressing thing, a lot of girls for some reason don't get this concept. Now, look, if you're out with me, sure, wear that short skirt, whatever, do your thing because you're out with me. I got you. I'm
Yes.
going to be there to protect you, do our thing. Now, if you're out by yourself or you're out with friends or whatever, female friends at that, then no, I don't want you wearing that. Why? Because your female friends are not going to protect you to the degree that I am. So no, you're not going to wear that. And I agree with him on that one. All right. Now, as far as the shit with his mom, that is something where, yes, he does need to check his mom. All right. It's
Yes.
like, bro, that's my mom and I love you. Because you got to come at it like, hey, mom, I love you and I care about you, but you need to show some respect to my girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's not cool that you're doing that you're saying that to her and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, man. Like, even though that's your mom's, bro, you gotta lay down the law and be like, hey, man, no, don't do that. I love you and I care about you and you're my mom. And I got mad respect for you. And that's why I'm coming to you as a man and being like, hey, you need to show some respect to my girl. So that, I think, is where he went wrong. Now, you having that male friend on PlayStation, bruh, that is where I agree with him again. You shouldn't be having male best friends, and you want to know why? Exactly what just happened.
Yeah, brother was in the background like,
Yep.
wait, they fight all the time.
Yep,
dude.
yep. And she's telling me everything.
It's easy.
And I guarantee you, I'm probably going to be saying the shit that he was saying to you on PlayStation verbatim.
Yep.
Oh, girl.
Lay it on him.
Oh, girl, you deserve so much better.
Yes.
Oh, girl, he doesn't deserve someone like you.
Yes.
Oh, you need someone that's going to love and respect you.
Yes.
Like, oh, I would never do something like
Yes.
that. Me, if you were my girlfriend,
Yep.
I'd buy you flowers all the time. I would do X, Y, and Z. And, I'd come out to California and see you in a split second.
Yes.
Bro, he was sitting there rubbing his hands
Maniacally.
together. He was just, yes, I'm just planting the seeds of doubt. I'm waiting in the background like, yeah, figure it out. Figure what you gonna do, and then that little coochie is mine, baby.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's where it's like, bro, that's why you can't have male friends. That right there. That your boyfriend now is the perfect epitome of why you can't have male friends.
And I guarantee you, right? Because you're gonna be like, no, he wasn't like that. Did you pitch the idea? Did you say like, hey, actually, you know what? Let's you and me date. And then he was like, what? I never thought of that. There's no, you know what? Maybe we should give this a try. No,
That's true.
That's probably not what happened. You guys he was like, oh, damn, it finally happened. I mean, it happened.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Let me
Yeah.
cheer you up. Let me take you out to lunch, whatever the case may be. Or let's hop on Roblox or fucking Warzone or whatever you guys play. Like, I don't know what. Maybe they play a 2-player game. What's one of those 2-player games that they fucking have, dude?
It Takes Two.
It Takes Two or something like that, dude.
I don't know. Little Big Planet or some shit.
Yeah, we gotta beat these missions together, and
Yeah.
then he was pitching the idea of like, you know what, dude, like we could start dating, dude. Like it just came to me magically out of
Yeah,
nowhere,
yeah.
and then from there you were like, you know what, you are nice. Let's do it,
Yeah,
like,
and I guarantee he was smooth about it. And
Yes,
that's how he
yeah,
got her. He
yeah.
was just like, like you really need somebody who's gonna like take care of you. That's gonna be there for you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I can be that man. I
Yeah.
could do that for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know how you're feeling, but like, I could be that guy for you. And you're over here thinking to yourself, just like, you know what? I do deserve that.
Yeah.
I do deserve a good guy. I do deserve somebody who's going to take care of me. And then look, we're not saying that you don't.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yes.
saying that your ex was right in saying that you shouldn't have male friends. I get it. You look at it like, oh, I felt isolated and I felt like I couldn't have friends and this and that.
Yeah.
No, you could have friends. It's just you weren't allowed to have male friends. And you weren't allowed to have male friends because of this exact reason.
Yep.
So look, I get it. You and your ex were toxic. It was a bad relationship.
Yeah.
He didn't stick up for you with his mom. Even though I agree with him about the clothing thing and about the friends thing.
Not makeup though.
Yeah, makeup is a little weird.
Yeah, why would he be upset about you wearing makeup? That's stupid.
Yeah, that's weird.
You're
Like
dumb.
clothes is one thing, makeup, who cares?
Yeah.
But beside the point, it's a thing where it's like that relationship. You were well in your right to break up with homeboy, 100%. I'm not saying that you should have stayed with this man. That's not what we're saying. Okay, I think you agree with me on that one.
Yeah.
We're not saying to because I don't want to speak for you, but we're not saying that you should have stayed with him. Not that at all. It's just a simple fact that when you're in a relationship, these things are good things to practice for a healthy relationship. Right. That is what a healthy relationship is like. Your guy looking out for you and being like, babe, no, I don't want you to dress like that. Dress a little more modestly if you're going to go out with the girls. Or if you're going to go on a girls' night or whatever. Right. Because he's doing that to protect you. He's doing that because he knows the guys out there are creepy. He knows the guys are out there just like him, maniacally rubbing their hands together, just waiting for their opportunity with you. He knows this. Why? Because it's how he got you. All right. So that's how that goes. And then as far as like, him not wanting you to have male friends, bro, it's how he got you.
Yeah, case in point.
So again, these are healthy things, and you should be okay with your man looking out for you in these ways. You should be all right that your guy is actually taking that much consideration in what you're wearing, that much consideration in the people you surround yourself with. Because if I'm being honest with you, not a lot of people will have the best interest for you.
Yeah.
A lot of times they're looking at it like, yeah, man, we can just use this bitch. Oh yeah, we can just, do this and do that. Oh yeah, we can, you know what I mean? Like not everybody has your best interest in mind. And your boyfriend might see that. You might not see it, but your boyfriend might see that. And as your protector and your provider in his role as a man in the relationship, he's going to see these things. And his protector instinct is going to be like, no, I don't, no. We're not being friends with that dude. That dude's fucking got some other, shit going on. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And that's just how men are wired. And so if you want him to be that protector in you got to be able to be okay with, him doing these things. Like these are healthy things. These are not unhealthy situations.
And so this is also to the point though. If he is upset with you interacting with males at all, that's a little bit different, right? 'Cause obviously we're gonna be out fucking. There's a waiter at the restaurant. Or you probably go to work with fucking male coworkers or something.
There's extremes and there's lines.
Yeah. But like if you're fucking if you have a male friend and he's fucking tickling you and lifting you at work and shit like that, like what what I mean? You're like, oh well, he's just friendly. He's just playing with me. Like, why the fuck is he doing that?
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you letting that happen to you? You know what I mean? Shit like that, And that's what I'm getting at where, there's like a level, there's a balance there, right? And you'll understand when you're older because you're only...
Just 19.
Yeah, you're going to be 20 this year, right?
Yeah,
so when you get older, you'll understand. And we talk about it a lot in the show where it's like, what, for both sides, right? What are you getting from this friendship that you couldn't get from your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or from a same gender friend, right? Because you go out with your girls, you have a good time, whatever the case may be. Like, what do you need to have guy friends for that you're playing PlayStation with or whatever that you can't... Like, I mean, I don't know if her boyfriend plays PlayStation.
Maybe
right?
not.
I mean, I could somewhat kind of understand, but like they have girl forums where it's like they'll duo with you or like trio, whatever the fucking case may be with you. And you can complete the same game and get the same energy. You know what I mean? Like and this is where I'm like, he was probably doing boyfriend type things with you on the PlayStation, which is why you had the consideration of like, he is platonic, but then he stepped into like, all right, now I'm the boyfriend because you already saw the congruency between being a good boyfriend when he was platonically your friend and being a good boyfriend now that you're broken up. So it's like, you know, if he was completely different, it'd be like, what the fuck? Who the fuck's this guy? Get the fuck back over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the fact that like you probably saw it when you were just friends, and then now that you're together, you're like, yeah, this is perfect. This is the same. I knew this was going to happen. And this is why we say, all right, when you're older, you'll start to understand, especially when, you know, if he gets girlfriends, right, it's going to be the same scenario where, like, you know what, like, she kind of bitches at me less, or, you know, she actually cooks really well, or whatever the fucking case may be. And then you're going to be like, you know what, I don't know why, but I don't like that his girlfriend, like his friend that's a girl, cooks so well, and like he loves her food so much. You know what I mean? Shit like that. You know, you'll start to see the correlation and be like, all right. So moving forward, definitely just be a little bit more aware, because you're young, of like what it is that's actually healthy in a relationship, and then why people have their things, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess the last thing I want to say is, you know, another thing for both men and women, leave your family behind, right? You have your mom, you have your dad. I don't mean like cut them off. What I mean is like if they're trying to run your relationship or give advice on your relationship, the answer is no. You know what's best for your life, not them. You know what I mean? Take advice for what it's worth, but do not let them trample in and like, oh well, she's horrible, or she, you know, her mom don't do this, or whatever the fucking case may be.
Yeah,
you make those decisions together as a new starting family.
Yeah, that's true. And that's why I was saying, you know, you got to check your mom, bro. It's like, that's not cool. But obviously, fuck that dude. You're obviously on to the new guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're happy. Now, to the question she's asking, because obviously, you know, we gave advice.
Right.
And that's great. But let's get back to the question she's asking. Is she the asshole for moving on too fast with this new guy? That's a tough one, just because it's like, yes and no. And I only say yes because of how you got together with that guy. You were kind of sitting there just like, oh no, don't worry about this guy on PlayStation. He's nothing. And then all of a sudden he becomes something. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I get it at the same time though. And the reason why I would say no is because your previous guy,
sucked.
Yeah, he was a piece of shit. You know, you guys were fighting and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And so it's like, I don't think you're the asshole for being happy, but I think you're kind of the asshole because of how you got with homeboy.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where, in my mind, right, I would have been a little bit more like, you know, had you, I don't know, it's kind of iffy, because it's like, had you been like, all right, dude, I know, like I said, you're young, from 16 to 19, you don't have the best skills to make the greatest decisions.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is, you were like, it's love, I got to stick it out. And then from there, you got a new dude best friend who was better. You should have seen, like, you know what? Like, actually, I'm starting to see a little bit something in this dude best friend. This motherfucker's pissing me off. And then cut it off from there. Or at least gave some space, or whatever the case may be, right? But to continue on and just have them both where it's like, no, he's not anything. And then you're like, oh, you know what? I'm finally just tired of this shit. And then from there, go to him. Or like he convinced you, or whatever the fucking case may be. Mm-hmm. That's where, like he's saying, it's kind of a little bit of both, you know? Like, you didn't probably inherently plan for that, but at the same time, there's something probably planted there in your mind where it's like, this could be another suitor, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. All right. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. You guys let us know what you think about it in the comments. Drop her some advice, all that good stuff. Because, yeah, man. We're torn. We're torn a little bit.
Yeah. Okay,
let's get on to our next one. All right. Ooh, this one's going to have some text massages. Am I the asshole for believing she's cheating? Okay. So he says, we can do some fun outside things. Can't wait to see you. She then says, me too. See you soon. I'm by the live music. You'll see me, baby. Question mark. Or he replies, question mark. I can't make sense of that last text. And then, she says, I'm sorry, that was a typo. I'm hoping we can see some live music together. I'm at the airport right now, and I kind of got distracted on what I was doing. I was running a little later than I wanted. She said, or he says, that's a wild typo. If there's anything else going on, tell me. She says, I just landed in SD, maybe San Diego. Rereading my message doesn't make sense with what I was trying to say. There's definitely things I should talk about with you, but hesitate wanting to. I feel humiliated enough by everything I told you and you handling it so well, talking me through it. I feel like I didn't deserve and I was in a darker place. So those are the text messages. We'll get into the deeper details. So his girlfriend's of 5 months is primarily out of town for work. I always thought that she had a good heart and isn't the type to hurt a partner ruthlessly. We were friends at first. She's scheduled to be coming home scheduled to be coming home for some time off soon. I text her about how excited I was to see her and she responded in kind. Then I received the second text, seemingly meant for someone else. I picked up on that too. We're not even in the same city at this point. We've had serious talks about intimacy, anxiety, and and about her thinking she doesn't deserve me, the distance, but I've always figured we reeled it in and kept the head on its shoulders enough to keep trying. I really enjoy this girl's company, but there's a feeling in my gut now that she didn't send a typo. She lied about it and is fine carrying on this way. She hadn't called me baby in a few weeks. That felt like an energy shift. After this, she texted me calling me baby twice today. I could be overthinking everything, but I hate getting hurt. Who doesn't? And the feeling in my gut is what makes me feel more than just speculation. Am I overreacting? Oh, bro. You're cooked, bro. You're cooked. I picked up on that the moment she sent that text because it made no sense in the text thread. Because if I go back to the text thread, homeboy is just like, we can do some fun things. I can't wait to see you. And she's like, me too. See you soon. Then follows up with, I'm by the live music. You'll see me, baby. And that's like...
What did he say?
You will see me what?
Yeah.
I'm talking about that I'm going... The context of just these 3 messages, mind you. 2 sent by him and 1 sent by her is we can do some fun outside things. I can't wait to see you.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I can't wait to see you soon. Now... At first, you're thinking like, I'm by the live music, you'll see me. Makes it think like they're on their way meeting up with each other. At first, I was like, okay, maybe it could be that. But then he says, question mark.
Yeah.
I can't make sense of that last text. Now, if they're meeting up, they'd be able to make sense of that.
Yeah.
So now it changes the dynamic of that text. And I'm like, wait a minute. She was texting someone else. And I think that right there, just that small snippet is your proof right there. She was texting someone else at that moment. Was it a guy? Was it a girl? It could have been a girl. You never know. And we could be totally like overreacting on this. But
it's a stretch.
Who calls what female calls their female friend baby though?
Yeah, that's a stretch. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
That's why I'm like, yeah, you might be cooked on this one, brother. I'll be honest.
Yeah, bro.
For her to say like, I'm by the live music, you'll see me.
Baby.
Yeah. Especially because she hadn't called you baby in so long. You know, he's probably pretty on point where it's like they've been texting either every day or pretty consistently. And for her to not say it over and over again, and then out of the blue, like, yeah, dude, definitely. And then she's like, fuck, I got to keep throwing it in there now because... You know, he's got to, like, think it's not weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. She got caught.
Yeah, 1,000. And I think you're so into this relationship and you're so in love with her that you're just willing to be like, no, Delade, cousin. It's not happening. This is, no. She would never do that to me, bro. she's doing it to you.
She's doing it to you.
Yeah, she's doing it to you, bro. Like, I hate to say it, but the evidence is all there. You know what I mean? When you break it down and when you really look at it, I get it. If I got that text too, I would kind of be just like, what the fuck is going on? And I would be like, nah, it's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I completely understand. When you're in the thick of it, bro, you're not thinking about these things.
Yes.
You're just not. And that's why it's good that you did send it in. You sent in the text messages just to kind of make sure, like, hey, man, am I being,
Yeah.
So I completely understand that, but you gotta know she's cheating.
Yep.
Yeah, she's cheating, bro. She's seeing someone else. We don't know if that guy is local to that area or works with her or whatever it may be.
Yep.
But yeah, she got caught, fam.
Yep.
She got caught.
She got caught, 100%. And it's super not uncommon for something like this to happen where they go away. And then there was a fucking line in there where, the infamous line of, I don't deserve you. Now, that is the infamous line of a goddamn cheater.
Oh yeah, because what she's doing is she knows she's a piece of shit and doesn't deserve someone as great as you, and she's telling you that.
Yep.
She's pretty much telling you, hey, I'm cheating on you,
Yes.
and I'm not a great person like you think I am. Because you got to understand, man, people are going to tell you who they are. It's just up to you to believe it or not.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's horrible how much, like, people will be honest with you and you'll be like, that's just a joke. No, they're just playing around. Nah, bro.
Nope. Yep.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up because I did forget about that. But yeah, her being like, I don't deserve you and you're great. Nah, bro. That's not platitude.
Nope.
That's not a compliment.
Nope.
That is her omitting to you
Yes.
that she is doing some fuck shit. She getting clapped on the side. She's doing something she shouldn't be doing, and she's telling you. And when she breaks up with you, and you either walk in on Chad pumping her full of some dick, she's gonna be like, "I tried to tell you." Yeah. I told you that, I didn't deserve you. I told you I wasn't that girl. You, for some reason, had this imaginary girl in your mind, and I was telling you exactly what I was.
Yep.
Like, bro.
Next time you can wait or you can do it now. I would say next time she fucking hits you with that, like, I just really don't deserve you. Like, you're right. And then just leave.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You know what? We shouldn't be in a relationship anymore.
Yep.
And see how she reacts.
Yep.
Because I guarantee you, she's just going to be like, well, if that's what you think, then that's best.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she's going to say to you.
Yep.
Now, if she wasn't doing some fuck shit, she'd probably fight for the relationship.
Yeah.
She'd probably be like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? No, like, I think you're so great, blah, blah, blah. Like, we're so good together. What makes you think this, blah? But I guarantee you she's going to go the ladder and be like, well, if that's what you think, if you think that, that's what you need to do for you, I will respect that. I'll give that to you.
It's because I didn't deserve you anyway, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
And then she's just going to straight hop onto some other dick, dude.
Oh, she's already got next man next to her.
Yeah.
She's just like, this fucking stupid guy finally breaking up with me and shit. Thank God.
Thank God.
And you're over there just...
You stupid.
Yeah.
Like, man.
But when that happens, don't let her come crawling back after she gets fucked and used and thrown away.
Yeah, because that's exactly what's going to happen with this dude, because... I guarantee you the other guy that she's talking to knows about you, and he's just like, man, I'm cool with being side man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey,
She belongs to the streets.
I'm chilling, baby. Like, I ain't got to worry about somebody walking in and all that shit. Nah, I'm single, just clapping cheeks. Like, so yeah, bro, you need to break up with her immediately. If I'm being real with you. Or like he said, you can just wait and be like, you know what? You don't deserve me.
Yeah.
So, hey. You guys let us know what you think about it in the comments. Do you think she's cheating? Do you think she's not? Let us know, all right? Love to get you guys' opinion. All right, we're going to move on to our last scenario for today's episode. If you got this far in the episode, thank you so much. We love you and appreciate you. This has been a W episode, from the thread to the video to the scenarios. So definitely let us know what you thought about everything down in the comments, all right? Patreon.com/My Podcast. Get that exclusive episode every single Friday, so as being able to send in your scenario to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday show. We are ever so close to being monetized on YouTube, so we can get that YouTube membership for you guys started up. And yeah, man, Whew, audio listeners, keep downloading the episodes, rating us 5 stars on your preferred platform. It's all free. And if you want to help out even more on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as subscribing on YouTube. All of that does help out a lot, and I appreciate it. We are over 3,000 subscribers right now, and I'm just like, yo,
Awesome.
what the fuck is going on? You guys are killing it in the game, so I appreciate that. All right, let's get into this last scenario. Am I the asshole for exposing my girlfriend cheating instead of just moving on? A little petty, but
Yeah, we'll see. Let's
We'll
see
see.
how you did it.
I, 23 male, found out my girlfriend, 22 female, of almost 2 years was cheating on me, and now a bunch of people are saying I'm an asshole for how I handled it. And honestly, I don't know anymore. For months, she was acting weird with her phone, like always flipping it over when we walked by, going to the bathroom to text, getting snappy if I asked simple questions. I kept telling myself I was being paranoid and didn't want to be controlling, but my gut was literally screaming at me. One night, she passed out with her phone unlocked. I know snooping is bad, okay, but I get it. But I looked. And yeah, I found messages with a guy from her class. Okay, before we get into this, what is your thoughts on going through your partner's phone?
It's definitely interesting because there's a lot you could say about it, right? If you feel the need to go through someone's phone, it says a lot about you. And then also, there's probably something that they're doing that rates it. You know what I mean? Because like you said, there's signs, right? Flipping her phone, going to the bathroom to text, getting real snippy. So I feel like if everything's going good, you don't feel the need, then out of nowhere you start noticing stuff, and then you're like, I do feel the need to now go through it. That should just be a symbol where it's like, all right, look, things are a little bit different. Is there something you're trying to tell me? Like, you need to tell me, right?
Oh, okay.
I feel like being open versus like snooping is, like the better route, because it's one of those things where you could talk about it the same thing with like neighbors, right? Like say your neighbor borrows something, they're like, months go by, you're like, hey, can I get that like hedge trimmer back from you? And they're like, hedge trimmer? I have no idea what you're talking about, dude.
Yeah.
My hedges are, I have a guy for that. I don't, you know what I mean? And then you're like, well, let me go break into his house and get my hedge trimmer back. And it's like, all right, dude, like, yeah, you found your hedge trimmers, but like, should you have broken into their house?
Yeah.
Or like, he left his garage open. Let me run in there real quick and get, you know what I mean? Like, should you have done that?
Yeah.
Probably not, but you're getting your own stuff back. So like, I get it. It's along the same lines of like, like there's probably something in there where you're like, all right, dude, she's, like you said, she's being weird. You found something. You were right. But it's like one of those things where it's like, hey, look, I'm smart enough to understand. My gut is telling me you're doing these weird shit. Do you have something to tell me?
Okay.
No. Well, I don't believe you.
Okay.
And then from there, if she's like unwilling, like, hey, look, dude, like, like if she's unwilling, like, no, I don't have to because X, Y, and Z, like, all right, then she's probably hiding something. You're going to have to be like, well, then I'm just not comfortable dating you anymore. I don't trust you. And, regardless if you're doing something right or wrong, I want some time away from you,
Yeah.
And then if she is doing the right thing, she'll more than likely be like, you know what, here, dude, check it out. And then from there, you'll find nothing, and then you'll be good.
Yeah.
So,
because I'm a big proponent in the whole open phones thing. I look at it like when you're in a relationship, privacy's out the window. I ain't gonna lie to you. I look at it like, bro, when you have a partner and you have somebody who, especially if you're looking at it like, I want to spend the rest of my life with this person, it's like, bro, your privacy's gone. And I figured this out when I started living with my ex-fiance, and I started to like come to that conclusion of just like, dude, I don't have privacy. Like her obviously space is my space and my space is her space, and my phone is no different. Like if she wants to see my phone, here you go, boom. I should be able to just give you my phone. It shouldn't be an issue or a problem. If I want to see your phone, you should just give it to me. It shouldn't be an issue or a problem. Like you kind of forfeit a lot of your privacies when you get into a relationship, especially a long-term relationship. And that's kind of how I feel about it. I'm just like, phones should be a thing where your partner should be the only one going through your phone. Right. Like there shouldn't be anybody else going through your phone but your partner. They should have full 100% access to your phone. They should be able to, and it should be hey, let me see your phone here. it shouldn't be like, why do you want to see it? What are you looking for? Why are you trying? No, it should, I feel you forfeit that privacy the moment you guys decide that you guys are in this long-term relationship and you want to do this, because I would think that that's the highest utmost level of just loyalty as well as commitment to your partner and all that kind of stuff. It's like, bro, what would you need this privacy for?
Yeah, I could see that.
Like me, I'm the type of dude where I'm like, yeah, I got porn on my phone. Here, you want to see it? Like, or if they find it, I'm just like, yeah, I beat my dick. So what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like I look at it like I have no privacy anymore. What my space is her space and her space is my space. You know what I mean? And if you want to see my phone, whatever's on it is on it. You know, and if she has questions and concerns and stuff, sure, let's have a conversation about it. Let's talk about it. Whatever. That's fine with me. You know, but I don't know. That's just how I see it. I know other people look at phones differently, but that's why I wanted to ask you.
Well, my only argument for that is, it's very iffy. You know what I mean? I think it's very personal preference, but however, what I was getting at is like, you know, friends, like female, like, so if say it was like my wife, right? Her friends probably share whatever the fuck with her, right? And it's really none of my business, right? So I could see where like that kind of thing is like, you know, like I don't imagine that like if you were with your girlfriend and I was like, dude, like my mom has fucking like cancer, or like I have fucking warts on my like dick or some shit like that I would want her going through your phone and seeing that shit. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
That kind of stuff is like, I could see there where it's like, all right, that kind of privacy I could somewhat get, but at the same time, you got to know, like you said, where like the part I'm on the fence about is like, you got to know that when you have a partner, having that level of transparency is a likely thing. So like, you really shouldn't be having those kind of conversations, or any conversation that you're trying to hide from, you know, your partner or whatever, right? Because it could just be like none of their business. You know what I mean? Like it's a weird thing, right?
Well, that's why I brought up like the porn example.
Right.
It's like my porn consumption or whatever is none of her business. But
Right.
if I hand my phone over to her and she finds it, it is what it is.
Right.
Like it's the same thing if it was an embarrassing conversation. It's like, you find that embarrassing conversation, it is what it is. Like I'm being completely open and honest with you because I look at it like that is me being just completely open. I don't have that level of privacy when it comes to you.
Right.
Now, when it comes to like other people, then yeah, it's like, nah, they don't need to be knowing shit and they don't need to be knowing that. But like my partner, no, I feel they have a certain level of like, you should know. You know what I mean? You should know these things. Or if you find out about them, hey, it is what it is. You found out. I'm going to be open and honest regardless about it. And so, I don't know. That's just how I see it. I'm not trying to tell people that that's how they should be. I'm not even telling like you personally how you should be.
No.
I'm just saying this is how I see it. Like if I'm in a relationship with a girl, I have an open phone policy. And if she's not for that, then cool, bro. I don't want to date you because you're the type of person that's got secrets. And I'm good on that. I don't want to deal with all that.
Yeah, let us know in the comments, right? If you have like a partner, right? Or if you say you have a friend with a partner, and if you told them something embarrassing or whatever, and you didn't want their partner finding out, not because it's cheating, but because it's personal, would you be okay with them having the level of transparency to tell their partner anyway, or their partner finding out, and you know that that's like a regular thing that they do where they are allowed to go through each other's phone and they may see your embarrassing story that you told your friend?
Yeah.
Because, you know, that for me is where I'm like, all right, I could see why having some privacy is cool, but at the same time, it shouldn't be much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it. All right. Well, all right. Let's get back into this story. We derailed heavy on that one, but I just wanted to get your basis on, because it does deal with this situation, because he went through her phone without her knowing. So I was like, what is your phone policy in a relationship? just like for you personally. Okay, so I know snooping is bad, and I get it, but I looked, and yeah, I found messages with a guy from her class. Not just flirting, like full on meeting up, inside jokes, talking about the sex they already had. Damn, more than once. Damn, how could it get even worse, bro? I woke her up and confronted her, and it was a mess. She denied everything and tried to say it was a misunderstanding. Then she said it didn't mean anything.
Stop the cap.
Then she started crying and saying she felt emotionally neglected, and it just happened. And she didn't tell me because she didn't want to hurt me. Come on, bro.
Stop the cap.
How you gonna turn this back on him, bruh?
She's trying everything in the book.
Man, which made me even more mad, to be honest. We broke up that night. Here's where everyone thinks that I'm wrong. I didn't make some big social media post or blast her screenshots or anything, but when people asked why we broke up, I didn't lie. I said she cheated on me. I also dropped off her stuff at her apartment while her roommate was home, and obviously the roommate put 2 and 2 together. Now my ex is losing her mind. She says I humiliated her and ruined her reputation and that I should have handled it privately, and everyone makes mistakes. Her friends are saying I'm bitter and immature and that I exposed her just to get revenge. But like, why is it my responsibility to protect her image? I didn't cheat. I didn't lie. I didn't exaggerate. I just didn't cover for her. I feel like if the truth makes you look bad, it's not my fault.
Bars.
Facts. Some people are telling me I should have just said we grew apart and moved on and kept it quiet, and now I'm second guessing myself. Am I the asshole for being honest about why we broke up instead of keeping her cheating a secret? Fuck no! Yeah. Fuck that bitch! Fuck that bitch!
To the streets.
Alright?
Yep.
No!
Yep.
You be honest. You be honest, she's cheating fucking whore. You don't make mistakes multiple times. Get the fuck out of here, bro. And then if you wouldn't have found out, she would have kept fucking homeboy.
Yes, yeah. Yes.
Like, okay, so you're telling me that a mistake is like I stabbed the rigger and I'm just like, oh, sorry, that was a mistake. Oh my God, sorry. Oh my God, I'm just making mistakes here.
Yeah.
Like, no, bruh, you don't do that. If it's a thing where it's just like it nicks him and I'm like, oh shit, my bad, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
But if I'm stabbing him over and over again, that's not a mistake.
Yeah.
That's what you were doing. He was stabbing his penis inside of you over and over again, and you were allowing it.
Oh God.
Like, it's not a mistake, bro.
Yeah.
And then you expect me to lie about it? No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell them the truth. Bitch cheated on me. Like, what the fuck? You tarnished your own image. You made yourself look bad. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, right? Especially because it's her friends saying that, like, oh, you're immature, blah, blah, blah. That's exactly how you know that they are just all one big flock of hoes.
Yep. They're all sluts,
all do
dude.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, I could get it, right, if maybe it was like a one-time thing. She admitted it and was like, I'll never do it again. You're like, all right, time apart, whatever.
Exactly.
But, like, for her to, like, do it over and over again, right, like, you know, like you said, if the truth makes you upset, dude, it's not because of anything you did. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not like you
yeah.
held a gun to her head and said, yeah, go suck his dick. Go get pounded by him. No.
Cheat on me.
Cheat on. No. Like, you were doing what you were supposed to be doing. She cheated. And then her friends are upset because she's crying, carrying on, whatever the fucking case may be. But it's like, was she fucking upset, or like, was she feeling remorse for you when she was getting snappy with you, or like hiding her phone or going to the bathroom to text? No. She had the opportunity to come clean. And she was like, nope, dude, you know, I don't want to hurt you, but, you know, I'm slamming that dick in me.
Exactly. And for them to have like text, like multiple texts, inside jokes, and get it to a point where they're having sex, bro, this had to have been going on for months.
A while, yeah.
This had to have been going on for months. There's no way this was just, you know, oh, it was a couple weeks. Oh, it was just, nah, bro. This was months they were doing this shit. Like, that's wild to me that she would even think that you would, like, lie for her.
Yeah.
Like, for what? Why would I? What do I benefit out of lying to my friends and my family about why we broke up? Like, bruh, what the fuck are we talking about?
Now, if you had fucking campaigned, brought banners to like her school and fucking went to her class and like whatever the fucking case may be, right? Where you're you started doing like the most. I could be like, all right, brother, like you got to do better stuff with your time.
100%.
The fact that they're just like, what happened? You're like, she cheated. We're done. Easy. Like that's not in no means an asshole move.
No.
Dude. That's just the truth. So you're
and like
good,
he
brother.
even said in the thing, he was like, I didn't post her screenshots. I didn't post online. I didn't make anything. Now, obviously, he made this post, but obviously he's trying to figure out like, yo, am I in the wrong? Like all I did was tell the truth, but maybe I'm not. So I get in this scenario, sure. I don't think you're the asshole even for posting this.
No,
it's just a thing where it's like, dude, you didn't do any of that stuff. You didn't expose her. You didn't put her out on the internet and all that kind of stuff. It's like, what reputation am I destroying? You know, all I'm doing is just being honest. They ask me, I say, hey, she did this. It is what it is. We're broken up. Boom, kaboot's done, and that's that. He's not out there just like, this bitch, man, was taking dick and doing all this.
Yeah.
She was da-da-da-da-da. Like, he's not doing that. He's just, nah, she cheated on me. We broke up.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Simple.
Like, bruh, like, nah, you're not the asshole, dog. Not at all. Not to any capacity are you the asshole, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Oh, man, but that's going to go ahead and be the end of today's episode, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Yeah, man, it was a good one. Oh, it was a good episode. That video was absolutely hilarious. We're probably gonna try to have more videos to react to and stuff like that. I think we'll make that a segment for these episodes, man.
Yeah,
you know, we'll have a thread. We'll do a video, and then we'll do some scenarios. I think that's a good little thing. I think the people are liking that. So, yeah, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the episodes. Again, let us know what you thought about the thread, that video, the fact that even if a girl steals your semen and impregnates herself, you are still liable for child support. That's some fucking crazy shit. But yeah, man, you got anything else?
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for tuning in, listening, subscribing, all the stuff, sending in your scenarios, looking for that good feedback. By the time this episode goes up, my socials will be in the description. So follow me on TikTok, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. Mike Life 333. You'll be able to see more of me, my growth in the life insurance industry, and as well as my growth as a human. I'll just be giving out some, little tidbits. For like sales, different life advice, stuff like that, as well as if you want to DM me any questions, comments, concerns, whatever you guys have, feel free to reach out to me, and then always support the channel. We love having you guys on the channel, giving you guys the feedback, giving you guys these live reactions, putting on a good show for you guys. So it really it makes me feel really good inside to have like this sense of community now with you guys and getting this stuff built out. So I'm going to try to be more available to help you guys with my social media, with any questions, whatever, just, giving you a little bit more insight than just the Sunday show. So, you guys, thank you guys so much. And I hope you guys enjoyed.
All right. Yeah. All right. Definitely. We'll have that link down in the description for you guys. I'll make sure to put it at the top so that way you guys can find it a lot easier. But yeah, click on that. Get with your boy if you need some just life advice in general, or you just need some extra. Maybe you want something kind of curated to you, but you don't want it on the show. I know there's a lot of people that are like that. They want advice, but they don't want it on the show and stuff. So that happens too. And so yeah. Definitely get on in there. I'll have the link down in the description. I'll have it up at the top. And just the Instagram. That's it. Nothing else.
Instagram, TikTok. I have 2 Instagrams, so it'll be Mike Life 333. And then if you are interested in my photography, it's Don Miguel photography. I think it's 01 on Instagram. So.
Okay, I'll have it all linked in the description though. It'll all be down there, so you guys check that out. We love you guys all. I will see you guys on Tuesday for another juicy episode. He'll be back next Sunday, and yeah, love you guys all. Peace.
Peace.